Hi everybody, Sandy here from Sandi Cooks. Tonight, don't laugh at me, tonight I'm going to make meatloaf, which is, it's basic, but you know what? It's a cold, wet day out, it's snowing today, and my wife loves meatloaf, and so I'm going to make meatloaf. Very simple, there she goes. Did you see her just walk through the door behind me? Okay, so we got ground beef, we got some onion flakes, you could use raw onion if you want, but it's not going to be in the oven that long, it's only about half an hour in the oven. So onion flakes tend to do a little bit better, breaking down. Some garlic powder, salt, pepper, some cornflake crumbs, and egg, and tomato soup. We like tomato soup instead of ketchup. So anyway, I'm going to make meatloaf tonight. Come along with me. Alright, I got some ground beef here that I defrosted. This is like, that's probably about half a pound, I'm not sure. Of one of those, so I've got two of them, so it's about a pound-ish. Okay, fine. What are we gonna do here? All right, we got an egg. That's gonna help bind it together. Okay, we're gonna add some, it's upside down, some cornflake crumbs. It's upside down, so it's upside down. How much am I gonna add? I could probably measure this, but I'm not measuring it all. So I'm gonna go with about a quarter cup. I'm saying that's about a quarter cup. We'll get a texture for it, and then we'll figure it out. This is minced onions. Oops. I'm going to add a good amount. How do you like that for a measurement? Some black pepper. Okay. Some salt. A healthy amount of salt. And a little bit of garlic powder. It wasn't too much. And then the last thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna wait to add. No, I'm not. We're going with it all. Everything's going in at once. But the tomato soup, we're only adding a little bit of it in here because we're gonna add it on top. All right, so I'm just adding about a quarter of the can, maybe. So a little bit of tomato to add to the flavor. And I'm not afraid to get in here. I know chefs put on gloves and stuff, and that's fine, because they're going to switch to something else immediately. I don't mind washing my hands in between. And you could do this with a fork, of course, but I'll tell you what. I got a couple pieces of couple spots that are still a little frozen. You do have to, if you do have any that's frozen, you got to break that up because your salt won't be able to penetrate that. So here's another little frozen meatball, if you will. I suppose I didn't even need to do this on the cutting board. All right. Anyway, I grew up mixing hamburger meat by hand. We never bought pre-made hamburgers like for making burgers. We always made them by hand. Never put breadcrumbs or anything like that in them. But am I making enough noise? Is this disruptive enough? Okay. It's actually a pretty good consistency. It's not particularly wet, which is what I was worried it could be, in which case we'd have to add a little bit more breadcrumbs. So if it's too wet, you can add some more breadcrumbs. If it's too dry, you can add a little bit more tomato soup. You can always open up another tomato soup. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of press this in here. I hope you guys can see this okay, and this isn't a total waste of a video. I got all this crap on my cutting board. I'm sure you can't see it. I'll figure it out when I edit it that this was a bad video. All right. I'm just going to wipe for a second. I'm not going to do anything except put tomato on here, so I won't worry about washing at the moment. I will do that immediately after this. Literally, tomato soup on top. Lots of people like ketchup. If you like ketchup, you could use ketchup. Fine. We like it with Campbell's tomato soup. So there you go. And the one other thing that we like to do is take a chopstick and just make some holes so that as it's cooking, the juices, the tomato soup, can kind of work its way a little bit down into the meat a little bit. So I don't know if this really does anything, but I'm doing it anyway, and you can't stop me. All right, that's it. Get rid of that. I gotta wash my hands. There is our meatloaf. That's gonna go into the oven at 400 for about half an hour, and then I'll check the temperature. Okay, we want this cooked all the way through. We don't want this medium rare or anything like this. All right, so we got to get to like 155 degrees or so. That's it. Okay, there's my timer. It's been half an hour. All right, let's take a look here. I got my thermometer. We're looking for 145 degrees, it said. No. I gotta look it up again. We're not there yet anyway. We're not even close. Well, actually, let's see. This is the middle. Not there yet. All right, so we need a few more minutes. Go ahead and do this for 5 more minutes, and we will check it again. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, I did up my temperature to 425 because I wanted to try and make sure I got things done, because some of my people at home have things at 7 o'clock tonight. So anyway, we'll check it in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Let's check our temperature again. I'm guessing we're probably good at this point. Let's see. Oh yeah, we are good to go. All right, well, let me get this out. All right, so there you go. Meatloaf, pretty standard fare. There you can see the side, kinda, okay? With tomato soup instead of ketchup. That's it. Dinner!
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Subscribe to Sandi Cooks on YouTube so you don't miss new recipes.